If this was your home, you'd be as devastated as young mum Carla. A concrete monstrosity has been built on her doorstep. Now she's stuck with a house she doesn't want and can't sell.
Put a guard out the front and it's our very own Berlin Wall.
Another brick in the wall, and Carla's going to crack.
No one would want to buy here now. I don't even want to live here now.
She's been forced into the shadows by this ugly 6-metre concrete monster, and it's about to get even bigger.
Intrusive would be my number one thing, and then to hear it's going to be 6 metres on top of that, I'm scared, you know.
The impacts are serious. To the residents, they most probably are.
Leave my backyard alone. My grandparents purchased this property back in the 1970s and built these units. Back then there was no freeway. It was just a quiet little suburban street.
Fast forward to today, and the serenity is a distant memory.
Oh my goodness, the noises. The noise is constant here. Not only is it freeway noise, but it's construction noise. It's dusty, it's dirty, it's constant. The house vibrates from the digging. It's a nightmare.
Carla says this saga began a year ago when, without any warning, construction began to build a giant pedestrian and cycle freeway crossing right above her backyard. And this eyesore is set to grow 6 metres higher and then across, covering 2 blocks.
I have no idea why they've built this ugly structure. It's a perfectly good footbridge just down the road that has been operational for years. No one's had a problem with it, and now they want to build this thing.
The once roomy 10-metre gap between the Frost family's fence and a noise reduction wall is gone, as are the trees, privacy and peace. Have you complained about this noise?
We've complained lots of times. The response we got was they can offer myself and the girls some noise-cancelling headphones or a white noise machine.
How old was your daughter when they said that?
A few weeks old.
Oh, yeah, great suggestion.
Yeah, excellent.
I think the short answer is any property that abuts onto a state highway or a state freeway is too close.
Town planner Bill Kusznirczuk says the eyesore's been built as part of the Westgate Tunnel project, adding 4 extra lanes to part of the freeway.
Well, that's a 4-storey building. So in a residential context, when you've got single and double-storey buildings, that's pretty high.
Every opportunity we get stonewalled. We've asked for site visits, we've asked to see plans, no one's listening, everyone's passing the buck.
This angry mum is now demanding the Victorian government send her and other residents a lifeline. What's the solution here?
The solution is easy. The government should purchase these properties, turn it into a parkland, compensate us residents and do the right thing for the community.
You need to be able to demonstrate that the impacts are so significant that the government should compulsorily acquire a property. Now, that's a very big hurdle to get over.
As our cities continue to grow, suburbia continues to come under threat. Take this property, a real contender for Australia's worst backyard. Most of us dream of a nice pool or playground for the kids. This Melbourne home bizarrely comes with a massive pylon.
This is a perfect example of not what to do.
People have had different statements about that. I wouldn't live there.
Cliff lives next door to the gigantic high-voltage structure. He's learnt to embrace it.
People go to Paris, remember, to see the tower? They climb there, they go by the lift. If the tower had any scientific problems, that would be a different ballgame.
There's a general consensus that it's rather safe to be around a tower like this, according to Monash University environmental scientist Geza Benke.
However, there have been some studies which have shown health effects, in particular childhood leukemia, at levels much lower than what one would get if one was standing directly underneath one of these towers.
There was only one bloke, almost 20 years ago. He was high under some drugs, and he attempted halfway, and they had to get the ambulance to a fire brigade to bring him down.
Residents are worried children might climb the 50-metre monstrosity. But Kingston City Council told us there are no planning regulations that prohibit residential developments near transmission towers, and all safety requirements were met.
Places where there's likely to be significant amounts of infrastructure invested, that's where you're going to get disruption. Now, that's not a bad thing because you might have a rail station next to you in 2 years' time. But if you wanted to have some peace and quiet, it's most probably not the site for you.
Would the politicians want to live here? I don't think so. I don't want to live here. It's unlivable. I'd invite any politician to come over here and see what we live with every single day.
The Westgate Tunnel project says once the new bridge is complete, there will be new noise walls to make it quieter. Carla's not convinced.